From time to time, I will sometimes make references to my own content because I have too much shit. And keep in mind, I have 3 separate YouTube channels. 3. And then 1 Rumble. Now, the other day, I'm pretty sure I mentioned my fears, and basically, in a nutshell, my fear is that this whole Thailand, Cambodia issue is going to be the start of World War III. Okay? Simply because now there's just too much other content to research. I mean, because they have a long history. I am aware of this. But the prices, Southeast Asia is affordable. The only really, I'm not going to fucking go to Africa, dude. I just don't see that happening. Why would I go to a place that's just fucking, I know I'm a former Marine, but I don't want to be in a place where there's tons of poachers. And didn't I tell you guys about the one case where what is it? I don't know if it was an intern, but she was there to do an internship, I think. So she was there to work. She went to the bathroom, and then she just disappeared. This is when she went on like a little trip after she finished her internship thing, majigger. And it's kind of like the kidnappers or whoever is responsible for her disappearance are like taunting the public because they left her fucking underwear high up in the tree. It's clearly planted there as like, you know, like a trophy prize, like just dangling her fucking underwear. Like an animal would have shredded her to pieces if they ate her up. You know what I mean? She's just missing. Anyway, I believe that was in Uganda. So yeah, I'm aside from like the diamond mines, etc., I just have no desire to go to Africa. I mean, let's face it, animals are in captivity. There is no more freedom for either humans or animals. And I was telling you guys about Pinky and the Brain, that cartoon. If you've never seen it, one of the famous lines between the 2 mice is Pinky asks the brain, "What are we going to do tonight?" Literally every episode. And I didn't really like this cartoon, but I told you I was an only child, so I spent a lot of time home alone. And it's just crazy, like, when you start to connect the dots, like, even if you're not a conspiracy theorist, it's just like, after a while, you're just like, okay, something is just not adding up. Something just isn't right, or just not sitting well with me, because I remember I probably was in the movie theater watching Hostel or something, and it was just like a really grotesque, disgusting, morbid film. I don't understand. That's not entertainment. Why am I going to pay? Because like sometimes I just like randomly choose a movie without knowing anything about it, and I guess that was one of those unlucky times, and I'm just like, this is not entertainment. Why would anybody want to pay to watch shit like that? Unless if you are into that stuff, like blood and gore, etc. That's not entertainment. So this was before I became a major CT, okay? I just got up and left because I was like, I don't want to watch this nonsense. This is ridiculous. And like, how many fucking Purge movies do you need to see before, you know, they all, after a while, if you think about all the different types of content, Hollywood films out there, you know, I've seen, I told you, there was this one, it just felt like a very PG-13 safe family movie to watch, because it was like a grandpa who all of a sudden was burdened with like 5 grandkids or some shit like that. And in the middle of the movie, he just comes out of a slide. I don't know the name of the movie. But he's like, I eat children. I see that phrase on fucking Spencer's t-shirts. It's just, I know cannibalism is real. Now, there are indigenous tribes who do that stuff, but I also know about, you know, the underground, you know, kids fighting to the death type of things. So if you've never been down this rabbit hole, then it's just an eye-opening thing. And once you like hear or see things, you just cannot unhear or unsee them. You know what I mean? So yeah, ignorance is bliss, and I apologize if I, you know, ruined your perception of reality, but whatever we focus on is what we create, is what we manifest, blah blah blah. So anyways, I was telling, this is why I'm just sharing everything. I feel it's important because I don't know where you're watching from, but even though I'm not like living such a lavish life, you know, I'm coming across different people. I told you, I just feel kind of like a journalist reporter by telling you stories about real life people that I encounter. Just like my friend who got kicked out of her relative's Thai wife's, you know, like, I'm pretty sure the house is in his name, her relative, who married the Thai lady. So he was, I'm pretty sure she's like probably at least a dozen years younger than him. You know, guys are quite delusional. If you're in a Asian country and you think you've fallen in love with an Asian woman, it's a scam. They just want you for your money. They're all gold diggers, okay? It's just that simple.